Good morning, everybody. So it's day, I don't even know what at this point, and I feel the sickest like I've ever felt. I literally have the death rattle. I got not that much sleep. I finally went to sleep at 2 in the morning, and that's because I had to, when I got back, I still had to edit my vlog, which I had edited a pretty good majority of that morning, but I just had so much more that I had to include. It's catching up to me. But yeah, I just feel so sick right now. And I took some ibuprofen, which helped a lot because I had a crazy sore throat. And then I do travel because I watched a What's in My Bag video one time from Emma Watson, and she's like, I travel with this. It's called Zicam, and it's like a cold, snap thing where it's supposed to help you get over like a cold faster. So I took that, and oh crap, I really need to go. Hold on. I need to hurry up right now. I'm like rushing around. I haven't even done my eyebrows. Yeah, it's like a cold snap medication. So it's supposed to like help, and it helps with like your congestion and all that crap, stuff like that. So anyway, okay, hold on. I literally have 2 minutes before I need to like go downstairs. And I still have to check out and like drop my bags, and I have to weigh my bags and see if I can even, travel with them. So, because I think they might be way overweight, and I don't have like any water. So yeah, I'm struggling. But today I'm rallying one more time because it's our last day. So I'm leaving today. My flight's at 6:30. So I do kind of have like a day here. If I want to spend the day here, I can, but yeah, it's not till 6. So we're going to a Broadway tour thing right now. 3 of us are going, but it's like a behind the scenes Broadway tour of the same theater. I don't know what theater it is, maybe the Hudson, I think, but it's the same theater that Merrily We Roll Along is out of, which is the Daniel Radcliffe like play or whatever. That should be pretty fun. So I am gonna quickly, like, I'm literally gonna speed do the rest of this makeup really quick. I'm just gonna kind of do a little bit of bronzer, I think, and then blush, because I am like seriously behind. All right, well, anyway, all right, I'll talk to you in a little bit. All right, somehow I made it and I'm ready to go. So say goodbye to the room, heading to check out and go to the Broadway tour. I'm gonna give you guys a voiceover because I didn't really say much, but I filmed a bunch of clips. So this was the off-Broadway behind the scenes tour of the Hudson Theater. So it was a really cool tour, actually. I'll be honest, just the information that we got. And it was actually, the tour was given by a swing actor who is currently in Merrily We Roll Along, which I thought was kind of really cool. So her name was Morgan, and she was so good. She was a great storyteller. She was just told so many stories that were so good, and I was captured by every word she was saying. But yeah, that's Tiffany glass in the ceiling. So just a lot of cool things. This is a very opulent theater, and I think she said it was built in 1903 or something. And it was just interesting because she was telling us about things I didn't really know about. So she was telling us about a ghost light, which that's that light on the stage right there. Wasn't really sure what that meant. She was explaining it, but I didn't really understand, honestly. So I need to look it up again. But it was interesting what she said. I just don't remember it. So anyway, yeah, it was cool because you just get to go behind the scenes. I wish we did get to go see the dressing room. We never did go back there. That's what I would like to see, is backstage. But yeah, we got to sit in here, and it was interesting because, you would think, well, maybe you wouldn't, but you would think that they kind of clean up the night of the show, after everybody leaves, but they were actually actively cleaning up all the stuff, when we were there. So they were like cleaning up the glass and stuff, which I just thought was kind of interesting. And this is one of the only theaters that actually gives you glass because they want it to be like fancy or whatever. But yeah, this was a really cool tour. And the original owners of the Hudson Theater actually were on the Titanic. So she was telling a really interesting story about how they were on the Titanic, and Mr. Harris or whatever actually died on the Titanic, but his wife became the first female owner of a theater, which was sort of unprecedented, obviously, for that time. And it was just like such a interesting, crazy story because he didn't survive and she did. And so there was just a lot of good stories that she was telling. So anyway, we really enjoyed that. And I would definitely recommend that if you're like a big Broadway person. But then we went over to this restaurant. It was called UT47. And we ended up getting kicked out because there was like not a lot of space, and they were basically like wanting people to like get the hell out of there. They're like, right when we finished our food, like the hostess came over and she's like, sorry, I need you guys to leave. And we're like, okay. But the food was really good, I'll say that. So then we went over to this Broadway shop. It was pretty cool. So it's just a bunch of Broadway stuff. I mean, the selection could have been better, I'll be honest. But they did have a lot of like, they had old stuff. They had like playbills, and like if you're into that, if you didn't get like a shirt or something at your Broadway show, then I would definitely stop there. But this was so crazy. So I said this in the Broadway shop. I was like, okay, wait, whatever happened to the Naked Cowboy? Because I went to New York, I think when I was like maybe 10 years old. And all I can remember, literally burned into my memory, was the Naked Cowboy. Because of course, you know, like as a kid, that's all you remember. Well, literally, we walk out of Times Square because we were walking somewhere else. And who do I see? The Naked Cowboy. I couldn't believe it. I had not seen this guy, you guys. I have been to New York like 6 or 7 times now. Since then, I've never once seen him. I've gone to Times Square every single time I go. Never seen him. He was there. So total celeb sighting, literally so exciting. But we have another celebs actually sighting coming up. So we were walking through Times Square because we were going to go over to Cabaret. So Cabaret is like the new, big show that's happening right now. So a lot of what Becky was telling me, which was super interesting, is that a lot of shows are doing like their opening nights and they're debuting right now because of the Tony Awards. So like they want to be qualifying for the Tony Awards. So they all do their opening nights and like come out right now and debut. So they were having opening night this night for Cabaret, which is like one of the hottest tickets in town. And it's probably going to be up it'll be one of the top contenders for a lot of different Tony Awards. So it's starring Eddie Redmayne, who, if you know Eddie Redmayne, he's from Fantastic Beasts. He probably in other things. I don't know what it was, but it's supposed to be really, really good. So they had a red carpet and everything. They had like press. Well, we were like, okay, well, maybe we'll go over there and just like see what's going on. And Becky had a friend actually that was working the red carpet because she works in Broadway and stuff like that. Well, as we're walking over there, they had like a big barricade up, right? As we're walking over there, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Eddie Redmayne comes out and walks directly over to talk to this woman and her son, because apparently they were like together at the embassy. She was like, yeah, we kind of know him. We were at the embassy together for a little bit, and we had a really good time together, and I told him that I would come to his show. And so she was like, he came right up to her and he was like, oh my God, it was so great to meet you. And it was just like crazy because we got to see him and we had just like walked up. It was just perfect timing. It's just how it worked out. But this was really cool to see the behind the scenes of a red carpet. I don't really get to see stuff like this a lot. So yeah, so we got to see that and hung with her. And then by that time it was time for us to head home. So we finally got in the taxi, all 4 of us, because we all kind of had flights around the same time. And we said so long to NYC. And honestly, you guys, I'll be honest, I was pretty much ready to go at this point. So I was like, country roads, take me home, because I am not feeling so great and I just need to get home. I have seen enough. Okay, I saw Naked Cowboy. That's all I needed to see. Yeah, you know what? Here's the other thing that I will complain about. Okay, I just have to complain really quick. But I don't know what's happening. I don't know if this is illegal or what, but I need a bulldozer. I need to knock this down. Okay, I need Taylor Swift to do something because she's the only one that can get stuff done, it feels like. But there are buildings currently being built that are eclipsing, in my opinion, the Empire State Building. Like, they are dwarfing the Empire State Building, and in my opinion, they're blocking the view of it, but they're also, like, it's getting lost in the skyline, and to me, that is the most iconic feature of New York City. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, and no one can see it. Like, I was in Flatiron, and there used to be, like, this amazing view where you'd be walking down Fifth Avenue, and you would see it, like, clearly in the distance, and, like, or you'd stand in the park, and you would see it, and you know, you could stand places and you would see it, but there's a building that's literally under construction right now that is being built right in front of it. And it just feels wrong to me. And I just like, I was searching for it, and you know, it's like part of the allure of New York is coming in and seeing the Empire State Building. Like it is the central point of Manhattan. It's like the North Star. It's not as focal as it is because they keep building buildings that are too close, first of all. Like I don't care about the tall ones that are near Central Park. I really don't, because they're so far away from it. They're building such bigger buildings that are so close and in front of it and way too close. It frustrates me. So anyway, that's pretty much all the yapping I have to do. But I will say this as my final closing statements, okay, about my trip. I had a really great time. I really am thankful that Becky invited me on the trip. You know, it was very nice of her to do that, and she knows I love New York. But I always feel like it's just a privilege for me to be able to go on a trip, especially with somebody like Becky, who has such... I told her, like, you have such infectious joy for Broadway, and I love to be included and just to be witness to other people's passions like that. And when they let me tag along with them and, you know, do things that are part of the things that they love and be included in that, it really, to me, feels like a privilege and an honor. So it was a really fun time, and I love New York. I will be back, and it was a great trip. So that's all I have to say for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the New York vlogs, and yeah, talk to you later. Bye.